Hi coaches and welcome to CourtTag. I made some major build updates in build 45 and 46, mostly surrounding what's called the big four factors, which is effective field goal, turnover ratio, what else is there? Offensive rebounds, and free throw frequency. So this is based on Dean Oliver's book, Basketball on Paper. Excellent book. If you haven't got one, I'll try to put a link in the description. You can find it on Amazon. Talks about how statistics are capped and what the kind of four most primary ones are important to them. Other coaching programs like SAVI Coaching and other guys, they promote this quite a bit as well. So I didn't invent it, I just took those ideas and I applied it. So one of the big things that's changed in particular is I've added shot quality to CourtTag. So in addition to shot location, you can track shot quality. So I did A, B, C, D as opposed to some of the other numbering systems. I just made it simple for me. A being the absolute best that you would want, typically rare, really wide open, perfect balance, perfect range for the player, highest quality shot. B is what you're hunting for, at least A and B's. B's is like I think a SAVI Coaching would be an equivalent of a 8 or 7 or something like that. Just wide open, not contested or barely contested, that kind of thing. C is kind of your regular, everybody, average, not a great advantage type shot. It's like contested or just out of your shot range, depending on the player. And then D is sort of the ones you want to try to remind players not to take too many of. The circus shots, I want to shoot now. Not necessarily open, that kind of stuff. The stuff that when you see it, you go, ugh, So those are things I added. So we're gonna go through the sample database, which I had loaded here, the one that I have on the website. But before that, let's load up CourtTag real quick here. And let's make sure that you're seeing the same thing. So if you want to download the sample database, or you could apply this to your current database if you have something you got started. Nice thing about the way I build CourtTag is as I create improvements, as long as it's still the same version, like version 1, all the new builds will work with the old ones. So your database will just upgrade and give you those tools. CourtTag will add the tools to your system, and you can go back and add things that are missing to old records. You can redo your tags, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to redo some tags to include shot quality that weren't included in previous builds. So the one build we're into right now is build 45. So if you go to About CourtTag, you can see, build 46. Go to About CourtTag, you can see it there. You can also see it down here. And if you're ever curious what version you're at, you can go to Help, Open CourtTag in Shared Folder, and it'll open up there. And I always put the new builds right here in CourtTag Current Version. So that's where you can go. You can see 46, and if you have 46 or higher, because I might make more builds, I might do some improvements. I do quite a few, just based on feedback and my own testing. But that's where you go. So CourtTag.net gets you there too, and gets you this folder. But we don't need that. I got the current build. You can always go Help, check for updates. It'll tell you there what build you're at. That's another place you can look, and that does a quick check to make sure that you have the current one. But this is the sample data we have from the last game. So if I remember that game, if you remember we loaded that game, this is the game sheet on it. So I played, it's one of my teams, LCBA teams. My fall-winter team played a team called Horton. So here on this one at the moment, if I were to go to this game and I wanted to take a look at the game sheet, you'll see that on the new reports for games, I have shot quality right there, home shot quality right there. See that highlighted? And you can see the shot qualities, there's none there because I don't have any on this one. So this is a database that I built on an older version of CourtTag. So neither the home team nor the guest team have any shot qualities on there because I didn't tag it, so it doesn't know. Same thing when you go to players. Let me go grab Bentley, for example. Oh, sorry, that's a spring. I don't have anything here for that yet. Everson. So I'd have to find a player that has a shot quality, and same thing with teams. Nothing there because I haven't closed this team off, right? So this game tagging is not there. So let me just do that, get rid of that. All right, let's take a look here. So I want to add some shot quality tags so that way you can see what I'm talking about. So you go to you pick your game that you're editing, that you're tagging, and go game video tagging. Pick the video, usually one, but sometimes multiple. Tag edit events, and here you go. Here's one that we already tagged. So if you see down here, we already tagged. So the event list is right there. So all you need to do is if you're going to an older one, just go to one that already has a shot attempt. So there's a 2-point attempt in the paint low, and I usually go back about 5 seconds and I watch it. So this looks like it's going to be a missed free throw. So bang, he misses it. Okay, boom. So there you can see here, this is Andy, number 87, Andreas. He got the rebound, he's going to take a shot. Now I'm going to play it, and I already got the event highlighted, and I'm going to judge based on that. I'm going to edit the event because it already exists. You can see right now, right here, there's a new place called Shot Quality, A, B, C, D. So did Andy take a shot that was unbalanced, in range? Was he pretty open? And the answer is yeah, it was a high advantage shot. So typically, the way I've been scoring it with other games, I don't go D unless it's a really, really terrible shot. So C is where I start, and it's at least a C. B advantage, I think he got a decent advantage. Like, he got inside position, he put it up quickly. The defender didn't have a chance to contest it. So I'm going to say that's a B shot. That is something I want Andy to take as much as possible. Was it completely perfect, wide open? Nah, no, right? And he missed it. You can see he's going to probably end up missing it. So I'm going to say that. So that's a B. So now what you can see is there's a shot attempt. Here also includes the quality now that we tagged it. Okay, so as we go down, I'll go to the next one. So here's Miles. Again, I'll go back a few seconds to see what's going on. So there's Andy. He missed his shot. Miles gets a rebound, and he takes a rebound, takes a shot. Okay, so there's a good example of Miles taking a shot. It was contested. It was similar to Andy, but I can edit it. Now, do I score that as a B shot? No. It wasn't quite wide open. It's sort of a decent shot for him, but the quality of his shot was really, really short. So he did something with his mechanics there. It didn't quite go. So I'm going to say that that's not an ideal shot. Now, he's a good scorer. So this type of feedback, if I were to talk to him later, I could say, you know, probably wanted to lose the backboard there, or make some body contact with the defender to reduce the chance of you getting there. The dribble was nice, but that's a good example of a D shot. Okay, so going on down here, let's go to Miles again. So he had another attempt. So go back here, load it up, go back 5 seconds, and there's one there, and there, another one. That one again is, again, it's in the low paint, it's in his range. He was balanced, he shot, he squared up, but again, not a really clean shot, and I think he would agree. So that's a D shot. You know, try to not do that type of shot, right? Find the backboard, make some contact, right? Let's see, he didn't have a particularly big height advantage. Let's take a look. So now we're going to go to the opposite team. So this is the other team here. I'm going to back up 5 seconds and see this player 3, guest player 3. Watch him. This is a bit, pretty much just a blow-by layup, okay? Now, didn't get it in. Shot really, so I wouldn't say it's a high-quality shot, but he did get an advantage. He got an advantage. The help didn't come. The lane was open. So I'm not going to score that as a D. I want him taking those, but those weren't exactly a high advantage shots. He went into a lot of defenders. So I'm going to give that a C level. All right, I'll keep on going here. So Kundi, this shot. So he's taking a layup attempt. Ooh, no, nothing there I wanted to see, right? You kind of cringe when you see that, like, just the mechanics of that didn't work very well. So I want him to work on finding better ways to score that way, either being more aggressive, making more body contact, something along those lines. You know, not quite a B. So depending on how you want to do it, all I'm going to recommend to coaches is, I'm new to this shot scoring. Until CourtTag, I didn't have the ability to really bother with this. Now that I have it, and I've already doing scoring events, I figure, well, hey, let's add the scoring. So as long as you're consistent to yourself, that way you're kind of not, changing the rules on yourself too much. But I think it's important to give this thing a look and look at shot quality. You know, are you getting good shots? Like if you're taking 80 shots and you're scoring 30-some%, you're taking 80 shots, you're scoring under 40%, 30%. Odds are you're taking bad quality shots, and you need to kind of help show kids what that looks like and what a good quality shot is. So let's look at this guy here. This is player 1. I think he's going to come off a handoff, right? Now, I'm not going to see it perfectly, but okay. Was he open? Yes. Was it in his range? Was it a good-looking shot? Yes. Was it a really high advantage shot? Yeah, he kind of had it off the screen. So would I want him taking that shot? Well, if I was his coach, I'd say probably, if I knew him well enough to know that he's a good quality coach. Sorry, if he's a good quality shooter off the dribble, all bounce, I might score that a B. So I'm going to do that for the sake. For the sake here, B right there. And again, the idea is over large sample sizes, you're going to get a better idea what things look like. So there you go. Boom. That one again. Another one probably a little bit more contested. I'm going to mark that as a C. See Kundi here. Gonna back it up a few seconds. So he took another shot here. Pivot, pivot, pivot into traffic, into a bunch of hands. Nope, not my favorite shot. There you go. Oh, No criticism there, Kundi. That was just a tough one to try to pull off. So again, go back 5 seconds just so you have enough time to kind of see the event happening. Okay. So I'm watching for Andy. Okay, so Miles handed it to Andy. Andy did a quick spinaroo and got it in. So take another look at that again. I want to give it a fair evaluation. Okay, good tip. Okay, I would say that's at least a C. Okay, the spin, give him some opening. He was contested, but lightly. He's in a good painting zone. His footwork wasn't bad. Give him a good C, saying, yeah, that's a good average shot. Does that make sense? A good average shot. And then let's take a look at this one here. This is player 3 again on their other team. I thought he was a pretty good player, if I remember. You got that one this time. So if you watch, see what he did. Blew by the reacher. There was no help. Lane was clear. Help was late. That is a preferred shot. That is a good shot. I would give him the high score on that. Alrighty, moving on down. Let's see who else we got here. Another Andy shot here. I remember this was we missed a lot of shots here, and you could probably take a look here. Okay, so, all right. Is that a D shot? Do I want him not to take that? I'd say that's probably kind of a average U13 boy shot. As he squared up, he used the backboard. His footwork wasn't bad. He took a dribble that went into the defenders. Protected it well enough. I think that's fine. So let's try again. Let's try this one here. Okay. And then here's another one here. Go back a few seconds. Play that again. Very similar looking shot. Same thing. I'm going to give another C level. Okay. Then go over here. Take a look at Matthew. So if I remember, Matthew is our shooter over here. I go back here. So somebody... Oh, that didn't work at all. Let me go back. I got to go back a few more seconds. Okay, so I want to see a little earlier. How did Matthew get that shot? He's open. Okay, so this is a long 2. Now, unfortunately for this court, I know this court very well. It's legacy facility, and they decided for youth basketball they would paint the college 3-point line. Okay, so he is at a high school. He's shooting a range that would be a high school. And he's this young player is 10 years old actually at the time. So is this a bad shot for him? I know you want him behind the line, but is this a bad shot? Well, I guess it kind of depends on what you're trying to coach for. I would say for him, that shot is probably regular. If he actually bothered to get behind that line, then we would get the extra point. But I'm not going to punish him for taking a shot. He's wide open. The closeout was late. It wasn't on the pass. He got a good look. Shot was just long. Okay, if you would have been behind that 3-point line, you probably would have hit it. So that's the biggest thing. It's kind of average shot. It had some advantage, but the advantage was lost because he didn't shoot it in the right spot. That makes sense. All right, let's check out number player 3 on their team again. See what he's doing this time. So it looks like he's got a fast break opportunity. He's got a defender. He crosses over. Okay, good shot. I give that at least a C. I don't think it's any particularly high advantage. He went to his right, which gave the defender time to get some position. He wasn't heavily contested, so I give him a C on that. Okay, let's take a look here. Looks like we got a 3-point attempt, an actual 3. So I'm going to back up. Bentley here, player 10 right there. Okay. Is that a good shot? Well, let's let it finish. Okay, it was short. It was at the college line. It was a nice kick out, not slow contest, but do I give that a B? Do I want him taking a lot of those? Probably, yeah. I would probably encourage him to take more of those. Just get better at them. He's still a youth player, and I can tell you from coaching Bentley a little more after this season into the new season, he's hitting those a little more often. So yeah, definitely want to encourage him. Again, it's a coaching tool, right? So let's go back to Miles here. Let's take a look here. So we have that. Pause. I'm guessing it's an offensive rebound. Boom. So what happens? He missed a shot. Miles got the rebound. He jumped. He put it up right away. Excellent. I want that. That's what I want him to do. I want him to dribble. I don't want him to bring the ball down to his waist. He's already squared up. The defense didn't even look at him, and you got a nice shot there. So there's a B quality, right? I wouldn't call it wide open, but a B. Free throws you can skip because you don't have to worry about that. I'm not evaluating free throws. That's what the percentage is for. So Colton on their team, let's see what he did. Looks like player 8 got a fast break. Defense got in. Okay, a little rushed, not balanced. Right hand, right into the defender. I'd say, but it was a fast break. got into the paint. You know, I'd say that's pretty good. Very typical youth basketball shot. You know, not ideal, but you know, realistically probably just fine. Let's see what Sawyer does here. Shot fake into traffic, floater. Okay, good, decent, regular shot. Nothing bad about that. Nothing I would want to see a lot of. I would want the whole game to be that way. So as you can see, as we're going along, we're tagging. We're getting into a number of level shots. So I'm just going to stop for here because I don't want to make the video too long, and close the player. And I'm going to close this one here. So what I'm going to do for the moment is I'm going to pretend it's a closed game. So I'm going to mark this as complete, right? Mark this toggle as complete, so that way it'll show the stats a bit better. So if I double click on CourtTag, we'll open the report. And you can see here, so two things that are new to the build is the big four stats, which are in addition to points and points per possession, so possession, points per possession, effective field goal. So we scored, not that great, 15.8% effective field goal up to that point in the game. Remember, it's not a full game. We had 41% turnover rate, not good. Offensive rebound, exceptional. We got 66.7% of the offensive rebounds possible. Really good. Defensive rebounds, we got almost all of ours. Total rebounds, we dominated the boards. Free throw frequency, how many times we got there? 0.22 is actually not bad at all. An assist to turnover ratio, that's another one. It's not a big for, but it is useful. Did get a lot of assisted shots. You can kind of see the assists here. On this column, we had one assist to shot. So we did, for all the shots that we took, and we took quite a few, we had a lot of assists. But look here, home shot quality summary. So right here, we can start to see some data here. So B quality shots for the home team, and then the same thing down here for the guest team. Let's just do the home team. I can talk to my players and say, okay, well, we didn't get any A quality shots. They're going to be rare. But we got 1 of 2 attempted, 2-point percentages, and 1 of 3 3-point attempts. We ended up on the B shots. We averaged 0.67 points per shot. So those shots yielded high point, per attempt. We had when we scored, we got really good score out of it. Total points of the game to that date. So when you have the whole game, this will be reflecting the whole game. But up to that score, whatever the score is for both teams, you can see it's 6-9 right now. The B level shots reflect 33% of the points. Okay. So they're a third of the score, and the total shots taken. We've only shot 16% of our shots were B-level shots. So only 16% of our shots produced 33% of our points. Okay. Then the C, the kind of regular Joe ones, we shot 1 in 5, which kind of makes sense. And then right here. We shot 20% effective field goal. You can see it's a big drop, 0.4 points per shot, sorry. 0.4 points per shot, which will affect possessions. We shot it at, it was 33% of our total score average, which will probably be normal because we take a lot more average shots, the C shots. And it was 26% of our shots. Then you look at poor. We took 4 poor shots, right? We scored 0 points on them in this particular case, but you will get the odd poor shot that will go in. Circus shots do go in. But you can see that it didn't really result in anything. So your points per shot will be lower. Your total points percentage of that type of shot will not show the lion's share. Hopefully not. You'll be in trouble if it does. And then so we can go to the other team and see what they did. So here's, and you can see there's a couple non-assigned. So I must have tagged all the shots for the home team, but I missed one. I missed quite a few of the guest team before I ended the demonstration there. But you can see they were 1 of 2, and they scored 1 point per shot. Average, they missed all of them, and so they got 0. And they didn't have any D-level shots I had tagged at this point. But so in addition to the other charts I showed you guys earlier, that's the stuff that's new. You can see also their points per possession up to that point, their effective field goal, their turnover ratio, their offensive rebounds, which are really low, which ours was high, so I'm not surprised they're low. Free throw frequency, assist to turnover ratio, nothing. So I'm going to close the report. Now that I've closed the game, I can go to Bentley here. I know he took a couple shots. And you can see that he has now, at least for that 1 shot or 2 shots he's taken, you can see the quantity of shots he takes that are, and the shot quality of the shots he's taking. So as you get more and more data, you'll get more and more information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. And here's the total team. This is our team, so you can see the shot quality here. So that's based on that one game's advantage. But I'm going to pause the video real quick, and I'm going to reload my current database, which has my spring season, which is 3 games so far. And you'll see what that looks like over time. So just give me a second. All right, guys, thanks. That was quick for you. It took me a few seconds to load up my current database. So you'll see on this database, I actually have quite a few teams, and I have a larger sample and quite a few games played. And I've added on CourtTag in recent versions where you can kind of load it with under default here. You can load a particular season. So now that I'm in my spring season, I have a game tonight. I can just have it filtered on that, so I don't have to turn it on every time, and I don't get confused with the other teams that are in the other seasons. So, I have 3 games here. I've tagged them all. So you can see if I go to court tagging on this one, show the events. You can see that all shot attempts or mades have these letters at the side of them. It shows you what quality they are. Okay, so I can see those there, but if I want to see it on the report, so let's look at the last game we played, which was against McDonald. I can see a lot more in-depth. Okay, for that complete game, this is the stats that we had. So elite shots, we had. This was a team we were playing that was pretty weak, so we ended up getting some really, really open shots. We made all of them. It was just, excellent. One of them was a 3-pointer too. So you can see our points per shot was up there. Our total point percentage of elite shots were 15% of our total score. And the total shots of our game shots, we took only 6 elite level shots, but we took 26% strong shots. Scored 57% of our points as a B and 1.85. Now, again, we were playing a weaker team, unfortunately for this one. No offense if the coach happens to get this program, because I do offer it for everyone. It's just we were just a stronger team with more experience. So average, we still attempted 42% of our shots were very average, not wide open at all. And it scored only reflected 27% of our score. We did still take 26 poor shots this game. 2-point attempts and 1 3-point attempt I deemed as a poor level shot, either for the player or the type of shot or the quality shot. And it was 26% of our shots were really, really low. You can see it didn't produce any points. The other team that we played against, you can see also the big stats here. Our effective field goal was 42, which is high for us. Our turnover was 16%, which is low for us. Offensive rebound, 61%, 64%. We're good there. We're a really good rebounding team. Free throw frequency, very low. Personal foul game, there was only 7 the whole game. And our assist to turnover rate was just incredible. We had some really good assists that game. And we turned it over barely any. The other team, you can see they shot 26% effective field goal. They had a 46% turnover rate. Only got 35% of the offensive rebounds, only got 38% of their defensive rebounds. So they were really low on defensive rebound. We were a little bigger than them. They got to the free throw line a little better than us, but they're basically no assists. But you can see that they had some strong shots. They had a lot of average shots and a lot of poor shots, unfortunately, and that resulted in a really big point difference between the two of them. So we ended up 88-32. So not a great example, but we can look at other scores and other teams. This is when we lost, right? This is when we lost, and I can see, okay, well, how did they score? I can look at the big stats. I can also see their shot quality chart, and I can compare it to our shot quality chart. So a little longer video, but I wanted to show a little bit more so you can get a look into it. So check out Dean Oliver's Basketball on Paper. Check that out. SAVI Coaching has something similar, and they use a spreadsheet program, but you can use their system if you like it. I think CourtTag is very complimentary because we do video clips on it. And if you want to know your team report, so I can go to my team. I've played 3 games. I want to see what my team does over those 3 games, and you can see the 3 games are listed here. You can see what we're doing, how much of our total of all the games are A-level shots, elite shots, strong shots, average shots, or poor shots. So as we go along, I want to see if we are getting better and better and better, and if it affects our effective field goal percentage, which is over here. Our total effective field goal percentage is now right there. So we're at 40%. Our turnover ratio over here, 24%. Our offensive rebounds, 53% on the season so far, 3 games. And our which is it? The last one, free throw frequency, which is over right here, 0.17. So we don't get to the free throw line too much. So there you go. Coaches, hopefully that makes some sort of sense. I did add, forgot to ask, view, forgot to say, if you go to view now, in addition to the shot location summary for the season, this is all teams, I have a shot quality summary for all teams. So if you look here, there's 3 games played, that'd be 6 teams playing. So my team's 3 of those games, and then the other teams, the other 3 teams, the other 3. You can see how much for the season. So as we go through the season and we play more and more games, you're going to see sort of the season average for all teams. And you can kind of have a number to compare against, and all the same stats that you have on the other ones. But this is the season report, basically. Alrighty, wonderful. I hope this helps a little bit. Thanks for your support. Take care.